Hi, Don Alphin again. We're finally down to the fourth P, which is plugging. So let's talk about it. What do we mean? Okay, to review, obviously the first P was prospect list, your contact list, those people that you're going to be approaching to grow your business. Second is to pique the interest of those individuals into getting to an exposure of some kind in the company. We realize we've got to have 5 or 6 exposures to the company before many people will be able to make an educated decision as to what they're going to do with the opportunity. The next one is passing. Passing meaning passing the responsibility, passing the expertise, if you will, to a third-party resource, the toolbox, so to speak, that we have from our company. All of those different avenues, including our sponsors and our upline. And then the final P is plugging. And that's also something that we've already really discussed, but it's important that we realize that it has its own separate reason for discussing it this way. We now, after we've passed to that third-party source, we plug into our upline to actually have the upline be able to answer questions and to make the call to action for any of our prospects that we're dealing with. Now, how do we plug in? We plug in by having a 3-way conference call with our sponsor or someone else in the upline. We have the opportunity in a meeting setting to do a conference call after the videos have been played in a party situation. After the video has been played, you can make a conference call to a designated person who is going to be the expert for that evening and answer any of the questions of those people who have attended the party. All of those things, those are the ways to plug in to our upline. You've got to realize that, and we all have to realize this, that we can all help one another. And part of Essential Leaders as a concept is that we will all eventually learn how to become experts in certain things. Now, it's not 100% necessary, but the idea is that as we grow and progress, we will know more things. And so we can fill the role of that third-party source or that plug-in to the upline. As we master certain elements of the presentation or the concepts that we've been discussing already, then we can be part of the plug-in requirement. So what we simply do is we do not take the responsibility on ourselves to be the only thing keeping a person from or with us, so to speak, without or with us in this process. We always want to be able to plug into our upline to allow someone else with a little bit more experience or perhaps just a different way of looking at things to help us through. Now, to some people, that's a slap in the face. Well, I'm a salesman. I've been a salesman for years. I know how to close people. I know how to do all this kind of stuff. Closing has nothing to do with it. What it is the idea, as we've talked about in passing, that many times our own personal prospect list, we are a prophet, but not in our own land, not in our own prospect list. It's important that we bring in a third party that can help us. And in this case, by plugging into our upline, they can answer any questions. They can do it very, very succinctly and very, very well. And then they can make a call for to action. If you've had all your questions answered, then get back with the person that made the call. Get back with Don, or get back with Nancy, or get back with whoever, and let's get going. We can help you build your business. We'd love to have you have your first party in the next several days. So if you're ready to go, let's just get started. Now, that is a simple situation that takes the pressure off of the individual that's sitting there either on the phone or in the same meeting or in the same party. Wherever that person is, that takes the pressure off of them, because there's a third party that's involved. And so you do not have to destroy friendships or have any kind of concern whatsoever with this process. It can be natural, and better yet, it is duplicatable. So every single thing that we've talked about in these 4 Ps, from learning to grow your prospect list, to piquing interest, to passing the people onto the third-party resources, or to be plugging or to plug them into your upline, all of those things are completely duplicatable. So whoever it is that decides to use our products and become a distributor will have the opportunity to do the same thing. I just want to mention to you how important this is when you start thinking about expanding your list to other states. Do you realize that there are some groups in our company that have people working in 40 to 50 states plus countries around the world? Well, how do they do that? They can't physically travel to all those places. They do it by copying or using a duplicatable system, just like the one we're talking about, so that third-party experts, the plug into your upline, you're passing to all of the resources that you have within the company. Peaking of interest, coming from simply a phone call or an email or a text message. All of those things done to our prospect list will enable us to grow our business beyond the state boundaries without us having to be there, or even in our own state, to other areas within our own state where we can't physically get to those people to help them initially. Now, does that mean we'll never travel? Of course not. If somebody will get 20 or 25 people in a room and want help, I'm sure somebody in our group will go out and meet with them and do that. But think about it this way. There is no reason that we can't duplicate this process and duplicate these 4 Ps anywhere in the world. And we can do it without leaving our own community. So, plugging in, why do we do it? We do it because we rely on our sponsor and our upline to be able to fill in the gaps, to be able to answer questions that we may not know the answer to, and that can take our prospect from a little bit of hesitancy with regard to us because of our relationship with them to a third-party source who can make the call to action, to have them do something and have the reaction simply be positive and saying, yeah, let's get going. Then they kick the ball back to you as the host of the party or as the initiator of the conference call or whatever it is, and then we simply go through the process of enrolling. Now there are other videos about how to enroll online. There are other videos that we're going to make about how to plug people into their back office. All of those will show up very, very quickly, but I hope that you got something out of the 4 Ps: prospecting, peaking, passing, and finally plugging. So with that, thank you very much for watching, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks.